Nikola Tesla secretly discovered an extraterrestrial language that he did not understand. This is what Tesla's biographer revealed. Serbian-American inventor Nikola Tesla, 1856 to 1943, completely altered the course of history through his inventions. This is by Dewey News on Collective Spark. In 1899, Nikola Tesla was testing his own created transmitter to track storms 1,000 kilometers away, when suddenly he believed he had received a kind of transmission from an unknown source. He thought it was an extraterrestrial signal originating somewhere within our solar system, possibly coming from deep space. Tesla's transmitter was ultra-sensitive enough to receive radio waves from far beyond Earth. Nikola Tesla firmly believed that it was absurd to think that we are the only intelligent beings in the universe. He also believed that intelligent beings would naturally look for ways to communicate with other intelligent beings. Tim R. Schwartz, a well-known biographer of Nikola Tesla, also says there may have been a connection between the futuristic inventor and intelligent aliens, according to his semi-autobiographical book, The Lost Papers of Nikola Tesla, HAARP, Chemtrails, and Secrets of Alternative 4. The hypothesis does nothing more than accentuate the mystery surrounding Tesla, whose personal documents and notes, for the most part, were confiscated by the US government. Many people think that his inventions could be potentially dangerous to the interests of the industry. Let's remember that Tesla invented the electrical oscillator. The experiment to illustrate the capacity of his oscillator for producing electrical explosions of great power. And as explained by Schwartz, during the test of one of his many inventions, Tesla detected radio transmissions that adjudged to extraterrestrial communications, and after this event, the inventor would have become obsessed with building better and more powerful radio receivers. Experiments in Colorado. While testing the device, Schwartz claimed in an interview Nikola Tesla overheard radio transmissions he believed were actually attributed to extraterrestrial communications. Quote, he wondered at the time if he was not listening to one planet greeting another, as he put it. From that point on, it became somewhat of an obsession of his to build better and better radio receivers to try to see if he could repeat what he heard. He got to the point where he claimed that he was actually receiving voice transmissions. He said it sounded just like people talking back and forth to each other. He made notes saying that he was actually hearing intelligent beings from another planet talking to each other, although he did not know what language they were speaking. But he still felt he understood them, end quote. At the time, it was surmised by prominent scientists that Mars would be a likely haven for intelligent life in our solar system, and Tesla at first thought these signals may be originating from the red planet Mars. And let's remember, Tesla also invented the electric oscillator, as we said, supplying electrical energy through a single wire without return, transmitting electricity energy through the earth without wire, and electrical oscillator developing energy at a rate of 75,000 horsepower. Now, while Tesla's most prominent records and personal notes are in the hands of the United States Army, Schwartz claims to have acquired a number of private records at the 1976 auction. The author claims that all this information was missing from the face of the earth after the visit of the alleged men in black, quote unquote. As noted by National Geographic, most of Tesla's papers were taken by the government, but most of his belongings were later released to his family, and many ended up in the Tesla Museum in Belgrade, which opened in the 1950s. But some of Tesla's papers are still classified by the US government. When interviewed in February 1901 by Collier's Weekly, American magazine founded in 1888 by Peter Collier, Tesla gave his account and recorded his belief in extraterrestrials, and here in his own words is what he described. Quote, While I was improving many machines for the production of intense electrical currents, I also perfected the means to observe the small effects. One of the most interesting results, and also of great practical importance, was the development of certain devices to indicate an approaching storm from a distance of many hundreds of kilometers, its direction, speed, and distance covered. It was by doing this work that for the first time I discovered these mysterious effects that aroused such unusual interest. I had perfected the device so much that from my laboratory in the mountains of Colorado, I could observe all the electrical charges that occurred within a radius of more than 1,000 kilometers away. I will never forget the first sensations I experienced when I realized that I had seen something of incalculable consequences for humanity. I felt as if I was present at the birth of a new knowledge or in the revelation of a great truth. My first observations positively terrified me because there was something mysterious, if not supernatural, about them, and I was alone in my laboratory at night. But at that time the idea that these disturbances were intelligently controlled signals had not yet presented itself to me. The changes I noticed were occurring periodically and with such clear precision, in terms of number and order, that they were not traceable to any cause known to me. I was familiar, of course, with these types of electrical disturbances produced by the sun, northern lights, and terrestrial currents, and I was absolutely certain that these variations were not due to any of these causes. The nature of my experiments prevented the possibility of the changes being produced by atmospheric disturbances, as has been wrongly stated by some. It was some time later when that thought came to my mind that the disturbances I had observed could be due to intelligent control. Although I was unable at the time to decipher their meaning, it was impossible to think of them as having been entirely accidental. The feeling that I was the first to hear a greeting from one planet to another has been growing steadily in me. A purpose was behind these electrical signals, end quote. That's what he said. The crucial point was that, although Nikola Tesla could not decipher the meaning of the messages he received, he believed that aliens were interested in Earth and, being more technologically advanced, left their marks on our planet. He was absolutely convinced that somewhere in the universe there were intelligent life forms and that they were trying to communicate with us. And this is by Collective Spark, by Doobie News guest post. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.